Hi everyone, in today's video I'll first cover my sketchbook in stickers or decorate it, and then in the second part I will be coloring in some mermaid characters, some of my new original characters or just character designs. But yeah, firstly I am putting some stickers on my sketchbook. These are stickers that I have printed out myself. I have not drawn them, but I found them on Pinterest, and then I used some sticker paper and just printed it out and cut them out myself as well. So there is a lot of Taylor Swift references, and there's a Sabrina Carpenter reference, there's just a cool whale and a sword, and a reference with drinking tea because I love to drink tea, and books of course. So it's everything that I love to make me want to create more in this watercolor sketchbook that I haven't used that much. So these are the drawings that I will be coloring in with watercolors, since this is a watercolor sketchbook. Not that interesting, but yeah, these are the mermaids. And since it is May, I just really craved drawing some mermaids, because for those of you who don't know, May is usually the month where I participate in Mermaid, which is a drawing challenge where you're supposed to draw mermaids every single day. And I have not participated this year at all, so this is sort of my contribution to the challenge, with drawing 4 mermaids all at once. I find drawing mermaids to be kind of hard, so I used the reference picture for 3 of these mermaids, so I'll put the one that I used for this one up on the screen. And they are quite similar, but I basically just copied the pose and then made the character unique to my style, of course. And so everyone's art style is a bit different, so my pose looks a bit different. So I just took inspiration from that picture from Pinterest. And I find that to be an easier way to get into drawing again. Since I haven't drawn in a while, I really need to work from references to kind of remember how one can draw certain poses, or which poses look more natural than others. And not just drawing people that stand straight right up, or that are within my comfort zone. So this pose I find to be unique and cool, and I really like the color combination for this mermaid as well. I gave her this pinkish reddish hair and then a pinkish reddish tail as well to match, or like the fins on the tail is maybe the right thing to say. And then the tail itself is green, sort of like Ariel, the Disney princess. But yeah, I thought that was a cool color combination. And then I also decided that I wanted this mermaids to have some special skin colors. So for this one I chose like a pinkish, almost reddish skin color, just because I thought that would be original. I thought that would be cool. I don't know if you guys agree, but that's just my choice. And she looks kind of sad, which was sort of what happened on accident, because when I draw characters from the side profile, they often tend to look really sad. For some reason, I just tend to lean towards that instead of making them happy. So yeah, she's a sad mermaid, and she has some starfish. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I think it is starfish on her arms as well. And some pearls going down her back and ending in a shell. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that mermaid. It's not the best one, but I like the shading on the tail especially. And so I also moved on to this one. This is the yellow mermaid. I also really like this one. I just didn't like what I did with the background, so you'll see in a minute. I'll disappoint you probably. But yeah, she has this yellowish skin color, and she has like one of her arms raised, as if she's holding the fish, again based on the reference picture. And the reference picture, she holds the snail. I didn't want her to hold the snail because for some reason I find snails really difficult to draw in my style. I can draw like a simple snail, at a level that I drew a snail in kindergarten. But I feel like, a fish was more appropriate. It was more fun. It was easier with the hand poses. I found out that I really struggle with drawing hands now, since I haven't drawn properly in a while. The Taylor Swift video was colored recently, like when I posted it, some like couple of weeks before I posted it, I think. But the actual drawing was drawn way before I colored it in. So if you notice some changes in my art style, that is why. I have been drawing a bit, but it has been in my school book and not in my actual sketchbook, so it will be a while until there is a sketchbook tour, unfortunately, because I've drawn everywhere else other than my sketchbook. I've drawn on countless post-it notes. I have drawn in like my notebooks for school. I have drawn on like receipts from the store. I've drawn on everything but my sketchbook. So this is also not my usual sketchbook. This is a watercolor sketchbook, which I have never painted in before. So I was really interested in seeing how the paper would work. And I actually found this one to be really good. I'll put like the brand on the page. It was really nice. The pages didn't get that wobbly, even though I didn't tape them down. So that was really impressive. And it seems to me like I can color with watercolors on both sides of the page, because nothing bled through. Like that's common since this is watercolors. They don't bleed through the page like markers do, but I'm only used to drawing with markers. I'm really inexperienced with watercolors, so I don't know. I really like this paper, and I like that like one side is more textured and the other side is more smooth in a way, so you get to experiment with different textures. And it was really fun to do like a sketchbook spread like I prefer to do. I feel like it's just so much more fun, because if you mess up one mermaid, it's totally fine. The other three can look good, or the other two can look good. It's not just dependent upon one character looking good. So I really like this concept of drawing more people or mermaids in a smaller space. But yeah, I moved on to the next page. As you can see, there is the horrendous background, like I described it. It's just way too much. So I really like this page to write much better, because I kept the background simple, which is what I should have done with the first one. But I was listening to this audiobook and I was feeling inspired and thinking like, oh yeah, colors are fun, and I don't want to have a boring background because that's boring. And then I just totally went overboard, which is what I tend to do. So yeah, you guys know me. Sometimes my backgrounds work out well in my sketchbooks, and other times they just don't work at all because I just go way overboard. But it's fine. This, not this left page, this right page actually. I know the difference between left and right, I promise. But this right page did much better with the background, and I really like this mermaid that I'm working on right now. Again, I'll put up the reference picture. And now that I'm looking at her, she's kind of giving strawberry vibes as well as Sabrina Carpenter vibes, with like the heart cut out in her bikini top, which was intentional, because I've been inspired by Sabrina Carpenter. I think her outfits are really cute, and I wanted to have that heart cut out just to make the outfit more interesting. And I feel like it's sort of difficult to work with mermaid outfits because they have their tail, right? And I'm not good at drawing fish, as you probably saw with that little tiny fish on the left page. It's not impressive at all. So drawing different fish tails is really difficult for me. So the only thing that I really feel like I can experiment with is the tops that they wear. And I'm also not that good at drawing short tops. I feel like I'm better at drawing like these big poofy dresses and, more impressive outfits, not just a top. So this was a good challenge for me. And now I'm working on this mermaid. She does not have a reference picture at all. This is just like a pose I made up in my brain because there was so little space left and I didn't want to repeat any of the previous poses. So I just went with something that wasn't so complicated, because when I looked at Pinterest, a lot of the poses they showed me were like mermaid upside down and like mermaids swimming or lying down, and I was just like, this is way too difficult for me right now. This is not where I'm at in my art journey right now. I'm trying to reconnect with my drawing skills. So this is what I decided to go with. It's kind of boring. I tried to give her like some arrows and a bow. Yeah, something like that. Bow and arrows. Just to make her like a warrior mermaid maybe. And she also has these starfish as like her top. Her bikini top perhaps. I don't know why. I just find drawing starfish to be kind of cute and fun. And they're like stars, so it's easy to draw. And I decided to give her this pale blue skin. Again, it was just like, okay, we have 2 girls with pink skin, 1 with yellow. I don't want to draw yellow skin again. Blue is fine. Blue is cool. And so I also gave her a matching blue hair, but her hair is kind of darker than her skin, just to make some contrast. And I really learned a lot while drawing these ones, because I figured out that with my shading technique, I need to let the layer underneath dry before I go in with the shadows and stuff, unless it's gonna turn out like a mess, which is what happened with the first mermaid I colored in. So I feel like I can see some progress here, and I am going to do this another time as well. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed me drawing mermaids or coloring them in with watercolors, which I'm not experienced at all. So yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day or week or night or whatever. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.